It's the one and only Digo Double G.
Hello, Jeevdog here, and welcome to my 25 subs Q&A. I thank everyone for submitting their questions, and I think I'll be able to answer around 80% of the questions submitted. I'm sorry if I don't answer your question. It was difficult to choose questions not to answer. They were all very good. Some were mature, some were a little bit strange, but in the list of questions I'm going to be answering, there's a wide range of questions in there. So without further ado, let's start the Q&A. Mark Noble asks 3 questions. Question 1, why do you not support West Ham United? Question 2, who is your favourite West Ham United player? And question 3, do you think I deserve an England call-up? I'm only going to answer the first 2 questions Mark Noble asked, otherwise it would be unfair on everyone else. So here's my answer to the first question. So I don't support West Ham United because I support Chelsea. The reason for this is because most of my family support Chelsea. One of my uncles is a hardcore Chelsea fan. He's always going to the home matches at Stamford Bridge and some of the away matches too. And my dad is a proper Chelsea fan, and he's always been encouraging me to support Chelsea, and I've never ignored him because Chelsea are such a great club. Sure, they've been going through hard times recently, but they've won so much silverware. And no, I'm not a plastic fan because I've supported Chelsea during the hard times, like last season, for example, and when we've had all the sackings of the managers, and also during the start of the 2011-12 season when we weren't doing so well. And I don't think I'm ever going to stop supporting Chelsea. So sorry, Mark Noble, but I'm not going to be supporting West Ham United anytime soon. I think I'll support Chelsea forever. The answer to the second question, so my favourite West Ham United player has to be Dimitri Payet because he's such a good finisher. You know, he scores some good goals inside the box and outside the box, particularly from free kicks. He is such a good free kick taker. And he's also a very good dribbler and passer. I think the fact that he's a good passer is evident in the number of assists he contributed last season in the Premier League. That was 12. That's quite good for an attacking midfielder. And I'd say Dimitri Payet is one of the best attacking midfielders in the Premier League, if not the best. And I'd say he's the best player at West Ham United. I also have to praise other West Ham United players, such as Gurkan Toure, Mikel Antonio, and Winston Reid, because I think that they're all decent players too. But Dimitri Payet, in my opinion, is the best at United, and I'd say he's my favourite player. Elite Gaming Nerd asks, what are your plans for the future in regards to a career? In the future, I plan to be a maths teacher because I love maths. It's my favourite subject, and I want maths to be a big part of my life. And as a maths teacher, you're teaching maths 6, 7, 8 hours a day on weekdays, and I like that idea. And also, as a maths teacher, you try and help more students become better at maths. And I want to do this because now the grades are going down in maths, and that's not great because it's suggesting people are struggling at maths, and that shouldn't be the case. Maths should be a subject that, you know, people do well at, and it's not easy, you know. And I want to try and make it easier for students to do better at maths. And the way by which I'd be doing so is by being a maths teacher, so I want to be a maths teacher as a result. Rahul Kumar asks, who will win, have the most goals this season, and who will have the most assists? Why? I think what Rahul meant by who will win is who will win the Premier League. If not Rahul, then let me know in the comments down below. But I'm going to say who will win the Premier League because that's what I thought you implied. So I think that Man United are going to win the Premier League because I think that they have a complete team. I think they've got a world-class player in almost every single position. Where they don't have a world-class player, they have a decent or good player. I think that applies at left back and right back. I think Luke Shaw is a decent player and Matteo Darmian a good player. And so I think Man United are very strong. They're going to score many, many goals this season, keep a lot of clean sheets, and I think that's going to give them a lot of points, enough to win the title. And when I'm talking about many, many goals, I'm talking about a lot coming from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And that leads me on to who I think is going to be the top scorer. I think it's going to be Ibra, because he's just such a good striker. I think he's as good as Luis Suarez, so I think he's one of the best strikers in the world. He can score from outside the box, inside the box, with his head, with his left foot, right foot. He is just so class. And he's been a proven clinical goal scorer wherever he goes. Spain, Italy, France, Netherlands, and I think he's going to continue that in England and become the top scorer. In regards to who I think is going to be the top assister this season, I think it's quite difficult to predict because there's so many creative players in the Premier League. Nonetheless, I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil because I think that he's really developed during his time in England. And last season, he contributed 19 assists. That's good for an attacking midfielder. And I think he could potentially contribute more this season because Arsenal have signed Lucas Perez from Deportivo. And sure, he's not proven in the Premier League, but he scored 17 goals in the Liga. And I think that's good for a striker in the Liga. And if he could score like that much in the Premier League or more, I think that would be very good for him. And I think that would make him a good striker in the Premier League. And I think that Lucas Perez may well score 15 goals. And also you can't forget that Alexis Sanchez is still in the team and he may well score 10, 15 goals. And I think Ozil will assist a lot of Sanchez's and Perez's goals. And so he may well contribute 20 plus assists. And I don't think any other player is going to be able to match the number of assists Ozil contributes this season. And so I think Ozil is going to be the top assister. PWM Pies asks, how old are you? I'm 16. I completed my GCSEs a couple of months ago and received my results a few days ago. And I can tell you they were good results. And now I'm going to be studying for my A-levels and I'm going to start doing so in the middle of September. Chicken Nuggets asks, what do you want to do when you're older? And can you do a hairstyle tutorial on how you do your hair? So I've partially answered the first question, but let me completely answer it. So as well as wanting to be a maths teacher when I'm older, I also want to have a good house, have a good car, and pretty much have a good life. And here's my answer to your second question, Chicken Nuggets. So, the way to do my hair is to comb it. Jack Bryan asks, how do you keep your moustache in such good condition? I use L'Oreal Moustache because I'm worth it. Anish Eswar asks, can you do a collab with the Sidemen? If one day I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or even millions, then I'll make sure collaborating with the Sidemen is at the top of my list. Imala Fire asks, favourite Harry Potter film and why? Also, can I please have a shout out? My favourite Harry Potter film has got to be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince because the plotline develops so well and there's so much action in the film. And that's what I like in a Harry Potter film. So Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince has to be my favourite Harry Potter film. I've actually checked out Amala Fire's YouTube channel and it's actually really good. If you like to see the development of drawings of anime and other stuff, and if you like the band Nightcore, then make sure to check out the Amala Fire YouTube channel, as this channel specialises in both the development of drawings of anime and other stuff, and the band Nightcore. So, if you like the stuff I just mentioned, why wouldn't you want to check out the Amala Fire YouTube channel? Check it out. You may even want to subscribe to the channel after looking at some of the videos there. So that was all the answers to all of the questions of yours I intended to answer. Make sure to like this Q&A and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Drop a comment down below. Did you enjoy this Q&A? Could there have been more questions? Could there have been less questions? Or was there just enough questions? Let me know. Your feedback makes this channel better. Also, feel free to email me. My email is in the description, as is my Instagram account. So feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. My next video should be out tomorrow, and that will entail the results of the voting for this week's Match of the Week, as well as your usual highlights and analysis of the Match of the Week. But for now, this is the end of this Q&A. Like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you soon.